Nore's Machine Shop, licensed under the API Spec 5CT, specializes in custom machine works of all kinds. Here are just some of the services we provide. Manufacturing of components to controlled, approved drawings. Modifications of pre-machined parts, new or used. Procurement of any materials needed. Control of raw materials in-house. Approved vendor service for outside processes. Product identification marking capabilities. At Nore's, we're here to serve you.
Good evening, Knight fans from Loreauville, Louisiana. This is Jay Miller, alongside Josiah Broussard, and we are so excited to bring you week 2, the matchup on the road between your LCA Knights and your Loreauville Tigers. Josiah, what's your take on the game tonight, and what are you expecting, and what can our fans tonight expect?
Well, the fans can definitely expect another night filled with fireworks. Last year, the Knights came on top of Loreauville. Loreauville is a year older, but so are the Knights. And you're going to hear from both Coach Paul and Coach Martin about some of the talent on both sides of the ball.
You know, last year, the Knights in week 2 played Loreauville at home, and the game wasn't close. The final score, I believe, was 52-13 or something like that. The game was in hand early, and I was talking to Coach Terry Martin, the new head football coach at Loreauville High this week, and he was telling me tonight, in fact, we'll get that to the interview here in a moment, he was telling me tonight that he has 2 starting linebackers and 2 cornerbacks. The injury bug hit him last week against Vermilion Catholic, and so they may not play tonight. So it was day-to-day yesterday, so we'll see tonight in a moment if he dresses them out. But I don't anticipate this game being very close. You know, we did have Nick Onsolette, number 75, offensive right tackle, go down last week. We're grateful that it was only an ankle sprain. He was back, not at practice this week, but all things look like he'll be back for week 3 for the first home game in Franklin.
That's right. I did happen to see Nick did pack his gear on the bus.
There she
Yep,
is.
there it is. There we go.
Wasn't plugged in all the way.
All right. Check 1, 2. Do we have audio? All right. We had a little issue. We'll find out in about 10 seconds if we have audio. No sound, can't hear. All right.
We're back live.
We are live. Well, once again, Knight fans, we welcome you into Loreauville High School, home of the Loreauville Tigers, who are playing host to the Lafayette Christian Academy Knights. Loreauville comes in tonight 0-1. They took a lick last week with VC, who's a very powerful team, probably in the top 3 of the Division IV standings. And the Knights come in tonight at Loreauville with a record of 1-0. Knights defeated Northside High School last week by a score of 55-0. Well, this week we had an interview with Terry Martin, the new head football coach at Loreauville High School, and Josiah's getting that ready, and we're ready to go. So here's an interview we had with Coach Terry Martin this week on the late transition from Brobridge High School to Loreauville, and we'll listen in. The new All right, everybody. Well, we're honored today to have Coach Terry Martin, the new head coach of Loreauville High School. Coach, good to have you on the program today.
Thank y'all very much for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking the time. Coach, I want to talk a little bit about the biggest topic, and that is the transition to Loreauville. You know, I know it came down kind of late, if you will, end of June or right at the beginning of June. Talk a little bit about that transition from Brobridge to Loreauville and some of the main reasons why.
Actually, you know, when you use the term new, it's actually very new. It was the end of July is when I got here.
Oh my!
And so it's been a whirlwind to say the least. Not only trying to get stuff in on offense, stuff in on defense. I was able to hire 2 coaches right before school started, and one of them is running the defense now. So we were pretty far behind doing that also. Part of the biggest challenge was just trying to figure out all the kids' names, honestly, when I first got here. So, it's been, this is the 3rd school where I've been a head coach, and they all have their unique challenges. But, obviously the time factor was the biggest one in this transition. I'm kind of familiar with the area because my wife and I, we actually built our home right outside Loreauville probably about 15 years ago now. That I moved in, I want to say we moved in February, and I got the head coaching job at Cecilia. About a month later. So we've been living in this area for the longest time, and she's been in the parish here for close to about the same time now. She was a guidance counselor at the high school, Loreauville High School. We actually met at Brobridge High School, and then when I got the job at Cecilia, she got the job here, and she's been in this parish ever since. She was a guidance counselor, then she became an assistant principal at the elementary, and a couple of months ago, she was named the principal now at the elementary school, where all 3 of our boys have gone through. My twins are actually in the 3rd grade there now with her. And my 7th grader, because Loreauville is a 7 through 12 campus, he's here with me now on the campus here. So, I really had a good job at Brobridge. Had a bunch of great kids. The facilities, upgrades, well, actually everything was really starting to look up. We had a brand new field house, weight room, locker room, and they're putting the finishing touches on a brand new turf field and track right now at Brobridge. So really, I had everything that anybody would want. But, when this came open, it's a place I always kind of looked at, on the outside and just really admired the tradition, the community. A lot of times, if I might have played on a Thursday night, I would take my kids to a Friday night Loreauville game. So I was pretty familiar with the community and with just the tremendous support and tradition they have here. And in the back of my mind, I always thought, if ever this comes open, I was going to take a serious look at it. I was kind of getting to the point where my son, he loves all sports, plays football, basketball, baseball. He was getting to that age where I was starting to have to, missing a lot of his events. And I knew within the next couple of years I was going to have to make a choice, either, stay a head coach where I was or give that up because, I was pretty determined I was not going to miss, all the things that he had coming up, while he was in high school. And so kind of, it's amazing sometimes how God makes things happen. I was presented with this opportunity, and regardless of the time or how late it was, I wasn't going to let it pass up because I knew it probably would never come again.
Well, I'm a father of 5 boys, and of course I'm not in the coaching field, but I do some other things here at Lafayette Christian Academy on the administrative side, and it's an honor for me to be able to go to my boys' practices when I need to, and obviously attend every one of their games. And so I can appreciate the fact that you made that decision based on family, location, and getting to coach your own boys. So he's on your campus, and you may be able to. You'll have the opportunity to head coach him here in a couple of years, if not next year.
We'll see. Like when it came open, he because he has asked me more than once, if I was ever going to come so I could be more with him. And when he saw in the news that Coach Peltier had resigned, because I knew about it, and I the talks had already begun, and I knew I had a pretty good chance to get it. And so when that came on, he got real excited, and I said, "You sure you want this?" Because you don't always agree with what I try to get you to do at home, and so so we'll see if he likes it or not. But so far it's just been a wonderful experience.
Well, good. Let's take a next couple of minutes in our closing segment here, and if you're just joining us on our Facebook live stream, we're talking to head coach Terry Martin, the new head coach of the Loreauville High School. And so we're here. Coach, let's talk a little bit about your team. I know one of the standout players that I can remember, it seems like I've seen him for the last 4 years, and he's only a junior at your quarterback. Talk a little bit about your quarterback and what you can expect from him and what you're looking forward for him.
I'll tell you what, a very unique talent. This is my 26th year in coaching, and I've coached a lot of good players, both at Cecilia and Brobridge, a ton of them that have gone on to college. Actually had one, Dominic Davis, who was, actually played with Trev, was the rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, with the Texans. And Zai is definitely up there with the best of the guys I've ever had. He's probably a little more unique in that I can see him playing 3 different positions at the college level. He does stuff every day that, we have, like a lot of people, film all our practices and, film group work, film all of our team stuff. But I made the comment to one of our coaches yesterday, we have to make sure that we get some video of him in the individual drills, because he is every bit of 6'2", probably right at 6'3", throws the ball as well as anybody I've ever had. But then he'll line up at receiver and could be without a doubt the best receiver I've ever had. Then he turns around and goes on defense and as tall and as long as he is, has great hips and could without a doubt be a defensive back in college. So, I really think he could be one of the more talented guys I've ever been around. And, he's a real quiet kid. He's already fully qualified, to play in college right now with his GPA and his ACT. So, just one of the better kids I've ever been around, and, very humble, very quiet kid. So I was really excited to be able to coach him. I'm looking forward to a lot what he can do, but, I just think, a lot of schools are sleeping on him. He has got some interest, from some schools, but I think before it's all said and done, he's going to be one of the bigger recruits in this area.
Yeah, he's, we've played, this may be our 4th year playing Loreauville, and I tell you what, he's scary. As far as when you're having to defend him or contain him, as a wideout, as a quarterback, wherever he's at on the field, you better know where he's at and what he's up to, because he's definitely a game changer. Coach, how's I know it's like we said earlier, you moved in July, which is typically a late move in for a coach when summer workouts are already going on and you're trying to put schemes and you're hiring coaches. Other than that, talk a little bit about the rest of your team, where they are at this point, what you think you can get out of them throughout the rest of the season and in district play coming up in a few weeks. Just talk a little bit about that. About your team as a whole.
Again, very fortunate to inherit a great group of kids, a great group of young men. I inherited, unfortunately, just low numbers. I knew it was a 2A school. I knew the numbers, it was a huge transition for me to practice, cause I was, the last 12 years, I hardly had anybody that went both ways. So we would do offense and defense at the same time. I had enough coaches to split up. So, it was a challenge to me to have to change how I practice. The thing again, unfortunately, we got bit by the injury bug last week. Tonight we're gonna have, tomorrow when we play LCA, we're gonna have 2 corners the starting 2 corners will not be there. The ones we had last week. We have 2 linebacker safeties who started for us last week who won't be there. And so, going in, it's an obvious, very daunting task for us to play a team that's so talented and so good as what LCA is. I think arguably the best quarterback receiver combination anywhere around here. I know St. Thomas More has a really good quarterback, a real good wideout, but when you put all of them together, I don't think anybody is as good as what we're going to see on the field, when we play this Friday. So it would be pretty, big task no matter what. And so now I'm, especially concerned because of our low numbers, and without 4 of our players, we have a huge task in front of us, but just like, everywhere I've been, I've always, used football as just a much greater metaphor about life. And we all got to go through a lot of adversity. We all have a lot of tough times. And so the biggest thing I'm looking for our kids this week is just that they play hard. They play with great intensity, but they play with discipline. And, we're going to face a lot of trials this season. We have a very difficult schedule. So I'm much more concerned with how they perform on the field as far as the things I just mentioned than what the final outcome is. I know that, at the end of the day, at the end of the season, playing all these good teams is going to be a benefit to us. Hopefully we can come out of it physically alive, with the teams that we have to play. But that's the biggest thing I'm looking for. Just, an outstanding program that in the end is going to only make us better. So that's what I'm hoping to get out this Friday night.
Well, we talked to Coach Trev this week, and we'll air his clip here in just a moment. But, we've always been treated with great hospitality on the campus of Loreauville High School, and got a beautiful field. We really enjoy that and playing in that type of environment. We pulled in a couple of years ago. We went in a little early, a group of us, and we stopped at one of the little diners, the little drive-in burger shops.
Right.
And we sat inside, and while we did, 30, 40, 50 different people, just groups came in, and they had their Loreauville High School jerseys on and T-shirts on, and so looked like the whole community was here. I said, man, what in the world are we up to here? And so a lot of, those small communities, you get a lot of support for their high school football. And so, Coach, we thank you for taking time with your busy schedule, getting ready for kickoff here in the next few moments. But, Coach, we wish you the best, man, and Godspeed to you and your family in the transition. Pray that your kids that are dinged up will get back in action, back on the starting lineup come district play, and we hope to hear good things coming out of Loreauville, not only this season but in the years to come. Bless.
Machine Shop, licensed under the API Spec 5CT, specializes in custom machine works of all kinds. Here are just some of the services we provide. Manufacturing of components to controlled, approved drawings. Modifications of pre-machine parts, new or used. Procurement of any materials needed. Control of raw materials in-house. Approved vendor service for outside processes. Product identification marking capabilities. At Moore's, we're here to serve you.
All right. Well, we want to thank Spanky and Carrie Arsemoff for sponsoring our Facebook live feed throughout the entire season. Moore's Machine Shop, thank you, out of Broussard, and we'll run some commercials throughout the program tonight. Once again, I know Spanky's watching live from Lafayette or from the shop tonight. Thank you, Spanky and Carrie, for supporting Knight Athletics, not only this year, but over the last many years. Thank you so much. Well, we are getting ready to kick off. Both teams are on the field warming up. We're probably 20 minutes away from kickoff, and Josiah and myself are up here high above the 50-yard line, and what a beautiful night for Friday night football. What a beautiful night for high school football, and what a beautiful, gorgeous field. Now, the Knights play on grass. This is artificial turf, but this is the goal. So if you're watching tonight and you want to write a check, go ahead and make it out. We already have the field designed. We already have it priced out. We already know what we want. So if you'll just go ahead and write a check for $618,000, we will put your logo on the field. somewhere. But anyway, we're glad that you're here. And this week, Josiah got to sit down with Trev. I'll let him introduce that talk, and then we'll go to Trev Falk Live.
That's all right. I got to speak with Coach Falk. Did a quick recap of last week's 55-0 victory over Northside High. And then we looked forward to tonight's game, and he talked a little bit about tonight's game. So without any further ado, here's Coach Trev Falk, head coach of LCA Knights football.
Welcome to our coaches pregame show. I'm Josiah Broussard with Coach Trev Falk, head coach of the Lafayette Christian Academy Knights. Coach, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Coach, congratulations on the victory last week, 55-0 victory over Northside High. Were you expecting that outcome?
Really, you really don't ever go into a game as a coach expecting to have that type of outcome. I think that, you're hopeful in some instances or in some situations, but I just really focus on our team trying to play as well as we can and trying to get better from week to week and showing some improvement from the week before, which I believe that we did in all three phases of football. So we're definitely happy to come away with the victory and to do it in that fashion.
Definitely showed some good things on, like you said, all three phases of the game. Several touchbacks on kickoffs for Colin Lahaye, and a defensive touchdown, and several touchdowns on offense, not only rushing but also passing and receiving. How do you keep the team focused after a big win like that?
Really, we just come back on Saturday. We went back on Saturday, and we were able to watch the film because we're as good, I guess, as it looked from the sideline or from the stand. There's still a lot of air, still a lot of room for improvement, a lot of room to grow. And then so we looked at those things, got some of those things corrected, and just go back to work on Monday and get focused on the next opponent. The thing about football is you only play one game a week. And so, Loreauville, who we have coming up next, they don't care about what happened last Friday. We have to go out and prove ourselves again on this week.
All right, Coach. And speaking of Loreauville, let's talk a little bit about the Tigers. What's the scouting report on the Tigers?
They have a 3-year starter back at quarterback. Very good dual threat kid. He's been starting out since he was a freshman. From everything that I've heard and seen from him, very good kid, smart kid, very good football player. Their offense and really their team, for that matter, goes as he goes. He also flips over and plays free safety for them. They have their starting tailback from the last couple of years is back for him. And he plays safety and defensive back in addition to playing running back for him. So there are some experienced guys there, some guys that have played a lot of good football for Loreauville over the course of the last few years, a couple of linemen back as well. So kind of some changes to them a little bit offensively. With Coach Terry Martin coming in, I believe it was either late June, early July, something like that when he took over there. So there are some changes there, and we're kind of expecting to see possibly a couple different wrinkles from some of the things that Coach Martin's running his past as well.
Now, there's a rumor that he has about 4 guys who got injured in week 1, and do you even mention that to your guys, or you only focus on what your team has to do?
Correct. No, we this is actually the first that I'm hearing of those guys having some injuries. I haven't heard anything from any of my players as well, so I'm not sure if they're aware of it or not. We just kind of prepared for the guys that we saw on the film, and we're preparing for their best effort on tonight.
Yes, sir. You mentioned the quarterback for the Tigers, and Coach Martin mentioned him in his interview with Pastor Jay about how he's one of the better athletes that he's ever coached at any position. And this is a lot coming from Coach Martin when you think about he's coached Dominique Davis, who at one point,
correct,
I think you were teammates with at LSU, and then Dominique Davis was also the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, his rookie year for the Texans. So
correct, and yeah, like you're saying, there's really, really high praise coming from Coach Martin with some of the guys that he's been around with like you just mentioned, Double D and Jesse Daniels and Raymond Conley and some of those guys that he's coached at both Brobridge and Cecilia in his past. So he's been around some really talented guys. So that's very high praise for the Alexander kid who plays quarterback. And, I've seen him from afar. Obviously, Coach Martin has a much more intimate look at him and coaching him and seeing him every game. But he's very, very impressive.
Yes, sir. Coach, I just want to thank you for joining us today. I'm not going to take up any more of your time as you get ready for this pregame today. Thanks for joining us on our Trail Falk Coaches pregame show, and can't wait to talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you again. I appreciate you having me.
That was Coach Trail Falk, head coach of the Lafayette Christian Academy Knights football. Knights are looking to go 2-0 tonight as they face the Loreauville Tigers.
All right, so we heard directly from Coach Falk on what he's preparing his kids for tonight. And once again, what a beautiful, beautiful field here in Loreauville. And the Knight fans, as you can see across the way, are still pulling into the parking lot.
Right.
And they're filling in those visitor bleachers over there. And it's going to be a great night. Cheerleaders are here. And drumline is here. I see them assembled, getting ready to come out. And it is going to be a great, great night for high school football. The clock is still showing 12 minutes.
Not counting down.
Not counting down, but according to our math, we're probably about 14 minutes away from kickoff and probably about 10 minutes away from the national anthem and some of the pregame
coin toss.
It looks like their marching band is going to be coming out to the field in a little bit. And we got Nitro out here. And so we just thank you for tuning in. Real quickly, let us know where you're watching the game from tonight. And go ahead and hit share. This is our new Lafayette Christian Academy Knights Athletic Facebook page. And so go ahead and hit like, hit share, hit some hearts. That's the way you cheer from your team back home, wherever you're watching. Hearts and thumbs up is how you cheer. And we can see those here on our screen live. And lets us know that you guys are out there and enjoying. So we love what we're doing up here and love bringing you the game and talking about night football. Now, Knight fans, let me just remind you, the next home game, in fact, the next 3 weeks, your Knights will be at home at Knight Field. And so they'll host Franklin High School next Friday night, followed by Highland Baptist on the 21st, and then homecoming on September 28th, homecoming at Knight Field. So 3 home games back to back to back. You don't want to miss that. A lot of fireworks are in step, and it is just going to be a great Friday night at Knight Field as we have our home opener. Now, we're trying to pack our home crowd. We're trying to pack the stadium, pack everything.
Every game.
And so we need you to be here next Friday. We appreciate you tuning in on the away games, but we would love to see you in the stands on Friday night for night football. Still no time clicking down on the clock, but we're getting ready for the run-through. Cheerleaders are getting ready. Players are getting ready. And it looks like the Loreauville Marching Band is set in just a moment to probably come out and play the national anthem once both teams get to their respective sidelines. LCA is getting ready to head to their sideline, and the Loreauville Tigers they warmed up without their helmets and pads, or rather shoulder pads, and so I'm sure they are in the locking room getting those things
strapped on
and ready to go. And so we'll take it forward. Once again, this is the Moore's Machine Shop pregame show here at Loreauville High School. On top of the press box, your LCA Knights taking on the Tigers of Loreauville High. LCA Knights getting ready to run out of their run-through. Referees are getting here. I see some of the referees lined up. They're ready to get this ball game underway. Plenty of Tiger fans starting to fill up the stadium. Man, I can smell barbecue or burgers or something right underneath the press box, and so we're going to need somebody to bring something up here at least by halftime. All right, well, once again, your Knights are 1-0. Took care of Northside High School last Friday night with a score of 55-0. VC took care of business at home against Loreauville.
Here comes the Knights.
And the Knights are getting ready to break through that run-through, and then we'll go over to the van. Here they come, the Knights.
Martin Lee leading the Knights out. Martin Lee, Zach Clement, like Drake Woodson, we're all out in front. Princeton Malbrew leading the team out tonight. You'll notice the Knights wearing the dark jerseys, even though we're the road team, the visitors. Loreauville going with the going with the Dallas Cowboy look.
All right, everybody. Well, we're honored today to have Coach Terry Martin. All right. Well, fantastic. Look like the Loreauville band is getting ready to lead us into something. They're lined up. Cheerleaders are lined up. I guess we're waiting for the Tiger team to take the field so that the pregame festivities can commence.
Yeah. I don't know if they have a whiteout. Well, it doesn't look like a whiteout. I don't see too many of the fans in white, but
Knights are on the sideline. Coach Falk has his players, and they're ready to go.
Seems like the Knights are always ready to go. Past few games, they've been the first one out, just chomping at the bit, ready to get the game started.
Well, once again, everybody hit share. Let everybody know that we're live here at Tiger Stadium and Loreauville High School. The Loreauville Tigers taking on the LCA Knights. Knights looking to go 2-0 on the season. Loreauville trying to end that one-game losing streak and not try to start the season 0-2.
All right.
Mascots are in place. Referees are in place. We just need a Loreauville High School football team, and we can get this game underway, at least get to the national anthem, the coin toss, and
the kickoff.
The kickoff. That's what we want, is the kickoff.
Well, Pastor Jay asked where you were watching from. We have people watching from Loreauville. They in the stand. Y'all in the stands, Miss Vicky. Somebody watching from Orange Beach, Alabama. Brandon watching from Bro Bridge on his lawnmower. Then we have Martin Lee's dad watching from Tel Aviv, Israel.
My goodness.
I think he wins the prize for furthest away.
And it's probably 4 in the morning or something like that.
Probably so.
All right. Martin Lee, the third, is a senior linebacker here on the LCA Knights, and he's been a key component to the Knight defense under Coach Trev Falk over the last few years. And we're excited about the future of number 3. Martin Lee's a great kid. He's a great kid in the classroom, a great athlete on the field, and a team leader. And the team in that locker room looks to Martin Lee. So Martin Lee, the second, all the way from Tel Aviv, we welcome you and we thank you for supporting Knight Athletics and your support of your family here on the campus of Lafayette Christian Academy. We're expecting big things from Martin Lee this season, and we're expecting to watch this kid play on Saturday next year. Stay tuned for Martin Lee III. Well, the Tiger is in place, and
I don't think this game's going to kick off at 7.
Well, we're still waiting on a team to show up. All right. Give us some hearts and some thumbs up if everything is crystal clear, and if you can hear everything great. If we need to do anything, turn it up or whatnot. Knight fans are here, still coming into the parking lot. And we're anticipating a great, great game at some point. We're 6 minutes away from the 7 o'clock hour, so we're not behind. But I know that they're going to sing the national anthem, probably raise the American flag.
Here come the Tigers. Well,
captains, maybe. All right, well, we do have a ball game that's going to commence at some point. We see the visitors.
They're coming out of their field house
Coming out of their field house right now. Loreauville, as you can see, are going to be in the white jerseys with the black pants. Your Knights, on the other hand, are going to be in the navy blue jerseys with the white pants. And you can hear the Tiger fans in the house getting ready to cheer their Loreauville Tigers to the field. Here comes Coach Terry Martin straight to the sideline, and we are just moments away here in Loreauville. What a beautiful night, what a beautiful campus, what a beautiful field, and here come the Tigers busting through that run-through on their way to their sideline, and what a great night for football here in Loreauville. Led out by the marching band of the Loreauville Tigers.
Have the same fight song as Notre Dame.
The captains for the Knights are going to be number 7, Zach Clement, number 9, Jordan Hall, and number 52, Seth Henry. All three of these young men are seniors, and they will be the captains tonight for tonight's ball game. We're waiting for the captains from Loreauville to line up so that we can announce them.
Looks like it's going to be number 56. 56 is Austin Melanson. Number 51, Bronson Louvier. And number 33, Jesse Palouse. And number 10, Lucas Landry.
We welcome the visitors tonight, the Knights from Lafayette Christian Academy.
Tell you, Loreauville,
Tigers, coached by head coach Terry Martin.
the coaching staff and the staff here on the campus have been very hospitable to the Knights, been hospitable to us up here in the booth,
Eric Howard, Jamal
and
Lewis,
we really appreciate them for
Brian
that.
Stevens, and Patrick
Looking forward to this game, obviously.
Principal Karen Binchy welcomes you to Loreauville High School.
We'll try to pay attention to what's going on. There is the coin toss. The Knights, being the visiting team, have made the call, and they're looking to them to see what they want to do. Looks like we won the toss, and it looks like we have deferred. Well, we'll find out here in a second. Waiting for the white hat.
Knights will receive.
LCA won the toss, and they are going to receive to kick this game off.
That's whose?
Football fans, will you please rise for the invocation given by Miss Mia Romero? Every man stand for the national anthem played by the Tiger Marching Band.
We'll go to the
Please bow your heads
PA
in prayer.
system for the invocation and the singing of the national anthem.
Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather here this evening to begin another season of high school football. We ask a special blessing on the many families who are represented tonight. Dear Lord, please bless all of the players, coaches, and all participants in tonight's game. Keep them safe and help them to be good sports regardless of the final score. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right. Well, we'll let the band clear the field. The referees are at midfield, getting ready for their attaboys. And we are going to see Sage Ryan and Errol Rogers deep for the Knights.
Two highly explosive, talented athletes that if they get a little crease, see a little seam, that more than capable of taking it all the way to the house.
Knights have 6 guys up front, 3 in the middle, 2 deep. Looks like number 17, Kinsey Francois, a sophomore, will be taking care of the kicking duties
Knight fans, Tiger fans,
for the Tigers.
it's game time.
And we are off. And let's see, it's taken short by Logan Gabriel. Logan Gabriel to the outside, 1 man to block, and Logan Gabriel could go all the way to the house. And that is a touchdown, Knights.
The Knights take it to the house on the opening possession, the opening kickoff. Logan Gabriel bobbled it and takes it all the way in.
Touchdown, number 34, Logan Gabriel.
Logan Gabriel goes 66 yards on the opening kickoff, and the Knights take an early 6-0 lead, and here comes Colin LaHaye to try to extend this to 7. There's the snap, the kick is up.
And it's good.
And it's good. Well, just like that, the Knights, with 15 seconds into the game, take a 7-0 lead over the Loreauville Tigers. Well, Coach Falk knew what he was doing, obviously, when he won the toss and elected to receive. Now, I think he probably had a number 15 and 6 in mind, but we'll take big Logan Gabriel, the junior fullback for the Knights, takes it to the house.
Like Logan, obviously more than capable of handling the ball, even though initially bobbled the ball twice as it was squibbed to him. I'm pretty sure that if Coach Martin had a squib kick in mind, that wasn't the person he wanted it squibbed to.
Back deep to receive for the Tigers, number 6, Grant Norris. And Chris Anthony.
And number 8.
Is it number 8?
Landon
Dugas back there.
And a 26.
Colin LaHaye.
Chris Anthony. The numbers are hard to read a little bit.
Is set to kick off for the Knights. And there's the kick, and we're going to see a little bit of a return. And the ball goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line after it was touched. Well, are they going to?
I think he's saying it actually went in the end zone, bounced back out, and then went out of bounds after it was touched. So it's going to be a touchback.
All right, touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Tigers.
Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First down, Tigers.
You're watching the Facebook Live presented to you tonight by Moore's Machine Shop out of Broussard. Shout out to Spanky and Carey for being the title sponsors of the Knights Facebook page for this season.
They're waiting on the ball boys to swap out the balls for the team. The Knights, for whatever reason, the Tigers and the Knights got the officials forgot to switch the balls, and they got to put it to the middle of the field, even though it was touched.
1st and 10, Tigers at their 20-yard line. There's the handoff to the running back. He finds a little crease. On the tackle is number 2, Khalid Watts. It'll be a gain of 7. brings up 2nd and 3 for the Tigers.
Chris Anthony finds a crease on that zone read on the left side of the line of the offensive line.
2nd and a long 3 for the Tigers. Alexander, little bubble screen. It's complete to number 2. And he's going to get a Tiger first down. Martin Lee. And let's see, Martin Lee and maybe Khalib Watts in on the tackle for the Knights, but that's a Tiger first down. 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 33-yard line.
Number 15, Sage Ryan had number 2, Leslie Joseph, for probably a no gain, but Joseph Sr. did a great job of breaking the tackle and getting the first down for the Tigers.
There's the handoff to the running back, finds another little crease. And Drake Woodson, number 24 and number 25 for the Knights, Trent Hippolyte, make the stop, but after a 3-yard gain, it's 2nd and 7 Tigers.
4 yards on that carry, brings up 2nd down and 6 Tigers.
Anthony does a good job of finding the hole and hitting it, and just getting what he can. Right back. Let's see if they're going to try to run it to the right side now.
Alexander, he hands it to and he's going to be hit hard. Man, what a hit. Man, who was that?
64, I believe.
No, but I'm telling you, the hit came by Nicholas Picard. Picard came from the safety position, while I believe number 74, Timothy Cotton, had him around the ankles and put a lick.
That's right. The Tigers just ran the same play again. They just flipped with the side of the field, another zone read, and maybe we went to the well one too many times. We'll see.
No gain on that. It brings up 3rd and a long 5 for the Tigers. There's Alexander. Ooh, that ball was tipped to his intended receiver.
Number 21, I believe. It was Brian Patu.
Brings up a 4th down, and it looks like the punt team is coming on the field for the Tigers. Well, the Tigers ran about 3 minutes off the clock and picked up 1 first down, but on 4th and 5, they're going to punt.
Punting for the Tigers, number 77, Gage Romero.
Gage Romero, the punter, number 77, a freshman.
Back deep for the Knights is number 15, Sage Ryan. And we're going to have Errol Rogers going to track it down. And I don't know why. It's a live ball.
No, he didn't. He almost touched it.
Oh, my goodness.
He didn't touch it. He came close. He thought about it. I don't think Errol expected the ball to be, obviously didn't expect the ball to be kicked that deep. I think a lot of the fans thinking Errol touched it, but he didn't touch it.
I think a lot of the fans on the home side thought that it was like a kickoff where it's a live ball.
No, that's a punt.
But this is a punt. In fact, it had me kind of question myself here. All right. Well, here's Zach Clement, the first time we see number 7, Zach Clement on the night. First offensive possession for the Knights. And we're set to go. There's Zach, and he finds an open receiver. Oh, my goodness. Errol Rogers makes that, tiptoes along the sideline, steps out of bounds. If he doesn't step out of bounds or has just a little bit more room, he's gone. That's 80 yards.
Errol needed another 6 inches of sideline. The Tigers are giving Errol 7 yards. They're 7 yards off of Errol, so the coaches are fine with a quick hitch.
There's another pass completed to number 11.
It's Victor Dupree. The Tigers again are giving the Knights a lot of cushion. Number 8, Landon Dugas gave Victor nearly 10 yards cushion. He's playing off of him 7 yards, 8 yards right now. He's backing up even more.
There's Sage Ryan trying to get to the outside.
And does. Sage
Ryan, he's moving down the field. He has one man to beat. And Sage Ryan takes it all the way down to the Tiger 22-yard line.
Sage Ryan on the jet sweep.
Or rather, Sage Ryan.
Number 2, the senior Leslie Joseph had him in the backfield for a tackle. Sage, being the athlete that he is, makes him miss, and then Sage makes a massive gain, and the quarterback, Zion
Here's
Alexander.
Zach. He's looking for a receiver. He has a wide open. Montrell overthrows Montrell. The ball bounced over the fence and into that yard, into that house over there.
Like, yeah, it's on the road. And one of the
the dad, he going to look at it. He may keep it.
He's bringing
Souvenir.
it back. He's going to bring it back.
Well, 2nd and 10 for the Knights. Logan Gabriel in the backfield with Zach Clement. Here's the counter. It's given its quarterback keeper. He stiff arms, and Zach Clement is knocked down at the 19-yard line.
Zach on that was a option read. Zach chose to keep it and was able to make something out of nothing. Probably could have got a better gain had number 14 Ethan Lang stayed on his block a little bit longer.
Well, it's 3rd and 7 for the Knights at the Tiger 19-yard line. Here's Zach Clement rolling out to his left, gets a block from Logan Gabriel, and finds Montrell Felix at the 1-yard line. Run out of bounds there, so it'll be LCA Knights 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
Montrell Felix showing his hands, has some great hands, catches the ball well, and here we go, 1st and goal from the 1.
7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here's a handoff to Logan, and he walks in untouched. Touchdown, Logan Gabriel. Touchdown, Knights. Big Logan Gabriel extends the Knight lead, so the Knights go 7 plays, 80 yards in 7 plays, and put up another 7 on the board with Logan Gabriel going basically untouched from the 3-yard line. Here's Colin LaHaye. There's the kick. It's up, and it's good. Well, with 7 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter, your Knights take a 14-0 lead here over the Loreauville Tigers.
We would like to thank the Iberian Parish Athletic Healthcare Alliance, consisting of Iberia Sports Rehabilitation, Drs. Andre Sinak and Seth Rosenstein.
Night football fans, have you heard about the Night Football Club? During the football season, members are invited to attend a weekly luncheon on Thursdays at noon. Membership starts as low as $100. Proceeds from the Night Football Club go towards travel expenses for varsity football road games. For more information, contact David Hogan at 337-692-4645 or online at nightfootballclub.com.
All right, I encourage you to be a part of the Night Football Club. We will meet this coming Thursday at noon on the beautiful campus of Lafayette Christian Academy. Hear from Coach Falk, highlight some of the players. Wonderful lunch cooked by Chef Ben. Here's Colin LaHaye. He's back to kick off for the Knights. And that ball is going to be fielded at about the 1-yard line.
Ooh.
That was number 5 for the LCA Knights. I'm telling you what, Nicholas Picard, he will hit you hard, and hit you often.
Nicholas, one of his favorite things to do is to hit. That's what he said.
My goodness.
He said that's why he plays football, because he gets to hit.
Just when you think the play is over, you better make sure you hear a whistle, because Nick Picard will track you down.
It's early in this game, but I don't know how much Loreauville will be able to handle the pace of the Knights, because they have players going both ways at key positions.
There's Alexander, and there's nowhere to go, but he breaks a couple of tackles, stays on his feet, and he picks up about 7 yards for the Tigers. That's number 26, Chris Anthony, a junior, in the fullback position. 2nd and 3 for the Tigers.
Junior Chris Anthony, a very hard runner, very talented athlete.
6:45 and counting here in the first quarter. There's Alexander, looks to pass, and that receiver is going to be overthrown, and it'll bring up a third down and short for the Tigers.
Number 19 for the Knights, that's Brylan Green, the freshman, did a great job of pass coverage right there. The receiver really had no chance of getting a reception right there. It was actually the tight end who plays a little bit of, they'll flex him out wide every now and then. He's back tight.
Here's Alexander with the handoff, and that's going to be number 26, and he's going to power his way for a Tiger first down. That's Chris Anthony for the Tigers.
Right, the Tigers they're going with a two tight end set right now, and running that option play.
Tigers needed 3 yards on that third down. They got 6. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
A little confusion looks like with this substitution.
6:15 and counting, and the play clock isn't
not running
for whatever reason, so it don't look like we're going to have any delay of games here. Oh, now it goes. And we're set. High snap, it's fielded, and Chase Malbrew is got him in the backfield, and he records a sack for the Knights. Alexander pushed back all the way to the 25-yard line, and Princeton Malbrew for the Knights makes his presence known now.
That's right. And if Princeton didn't get him, Martin was right there as well.
He was. Now, timeout on the field. Well, timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout here. You're watching night football on the Moore Machine Shop streaming live production here from Loreauville High School. Timeout. 1 minute timeout.
If you are interested in enrolling at Lafayette Christian Academy for the 2019-2020 school year, we invite you to one of our annual open houses. Go to LafayetteChristianAcademy.com for more details.
Looking for that one-of-a-kind vehicle? At Don, every vehicle is one of a kind. We take pride in our inventory and spend thousands before it's considered ownership ready. New wheels and tires, lift kits, and more. Buy with confidence knowing every vehicle comes with a 172-point inspection and vehicle history report. Our goal is to meet your needs and surpass your expectations. Don's Automotive Group in Lafayette, Broussard, and Lake Charles, or online at donswholesale.com. You don't want just a truck. You want a Don's truck.
5:51 remaining in the first quarter, and the Knights hold a 14-0 lead. It's 2nd and about 18 for the Tiger. Oh, bad snap. Chazier Mal Princeton. I keep calling him Chazier. That's his brother.
He plays
for the
Saturdays.
Cajuns. And Princeton plays on Friday. Chazier plays on Saturday. And that's a huge loss all the way back to the 9-yard line. And that's going to bring 3rd and about 2 zip codes for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're going to have to get all the way back to Lafayette to get inside the sticks.
I don't even know if that would even be far enough if they made it all the way to Lafayette. We're teasing out here. Big loss for the Tigers. 5:12 in the first quarter. Knights up 14-0, as you can see. I mean, literally, they're on the 9-yard line. They got to get to the 43 for a first down, and we have another timeout. Terry Martin didn't like something he saw, didn't have the right personnel, looks like with his linemen. So they're going to take a timeout. That's their second called timeout. Well, once again, everybody hit share, hit like, let us know where you're watching. Cheer on your Knights, cheer on your Tigers. Timeout on the field, timeout in the booth. We'll be right back.
Gwynn Construction, specializing in bridge building construction. Contact them at 337-824-0630 or online at bridgedat.com. That's bridgedat.com. Judy Services, locally owned and operated. Judy Services offers high-quality plumbing and water treatment equipment throughout Acadiana. For your commercial and residential water and plumbing needs, give them a call at 837-1760. That's 837-1760.
All right, we're back.
All right, as you can see, Knights are going to be 3 home games in a row coming up soon. 3rd and long, Alexander looking to pass, and that pass is going to be incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 37, and obviously that punt team is coming back onto the field.
Yeah, Coach Martin didn't have anything in his playbook to gain that first down, but maybe could have gotten he was just looking to get a few yards, get his punter out of the end zone.
Got to get his punter out of the end zone, and we'll see what happens here.
Doesn't look like the special teams is bringing heat.
Back deep to receive is going to be Sage Ryan. Oh my goodness, that's a safety. Was that on purpose?
That's a safety. It might have been it was so far above the punter's head. The punter had no shot of getting it. The punter didn't even try to get it, didn't react. So it might have been on purpose.
Well, they'll go to the 20-yard line, and they will have to just punt the ball. But the Knights get 2 points, and now it's 16-0 with 4:42 remaining in the first quarter.
Knights up 16-0. The opening kickoff, Logan Gabriel takes the squib kick, 67 yards in for the touchdown, and then he caps off a 7-play, 80-yard drive with a short touchdown run from inside the 5-yard line.
Now Gage Romero, a freshman, number 77, is set to punt the ball for the Tigers. And that's a good punt. It's going to be fielded by Errol Rogers. And Errol Rogers looking to make some moves, and he's got a face mask, but they didn't see it.
No.
And he's going to go down. They're going to give him all the way to the 50-yard line. So the Knights will take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Errol Rogers looking for a seam, didn't find one. And the Tigers take him down at the 50. Good to see the offense back on the field. Logan Gabriel at running back. On the near side, Pierre Dupree is the near side receiver. Sage Ryan at slot.
Well, this will be the Knights' first possession. There's a pitch to big Logan Gabriel. And Logan Gabriel's going to barrel his way down to Tiger territory, down to the 44-yard line.
That's right. Number 14, the quarterback, Zy Alexander, the quarterback for the Tigers, also the free safety for the Tigers, makes the tackle on Logan Gabriel. I'm pretty sure Coach Martin, when he had Zy at free safety, wasn't thinking he was making run tackles in the running game.
Big Logan Gabriel again. He barrels his way down to the 42-yard line, a gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Knights. Looks like Coach Falk is just trying to meticulously get a score. The Knights can score oftentimes so quickly. There it is, the big Logan Gabriel. He barrels his way, and that's going to be a Knight first down, stopping the clock with 3:38.
Number 34, Gabriel.
Kim Abear, number 73 on the tackle. He's a defensive end making the tackle 5 yards down the field.
There's Zach Clement going deep, and he has Errol Rogers. Touchdown. Errol. Touchdown, Knights. My goodness. We'll give him 37 yards. And Errol Rogers wide open. Outran his defender about 4 steps.
On the post route, Errol Rogers just Coach Kyle Cormouche noticed how they were playing our doubles receivers, so he forces the free safety to come to the near side of the field, and Errol runs a post on the backside.
All right, everybody. Well, bad snap. I didn't see what happened.
It wasn't. It was a low kick. It was just a low kick. I think Colin miskicked it. The hold was there. Just looked like Colin miskicked it, and the snap got blocked. It was lower than usual for Colin.
Well, the extra point is no good, and so the Knights hold a 22-0 lead over the Loreauville Tigers with 3:26 remaining in the first quarter.
Hey, Tiger fans, how about a big congratulations?
That's right. We're still in the first quarter.
My goodness.
In 7th grade, Eli Tuchek.
Colin LaHaye getting that ball teed up, getting ready to kick it off for the Knights. Now, Colin is a senior this year. As you know, he was the 2017 Division IV state champion, but he was also the state champion MVP of Division IV. Colin LaHaye kicked a 43-yard field goal in the third quarter, giving the Knights a 3-0 lead, and that was enough to secure the victory for the Knights. There's Colin. He kicks it, and that's going to be taken in the end zone. That's a touchback, but we have a flag on the play. May have offsides coming back.
They're calling it on number 24, Drake Woodson. They're saying Drake Woodson was offsides.
Well, that'll
Colin's
be a 5-yard penalty. We'll kick it. We'll re-tee it from the 35. Now, Colin did put that one on the goal line. It would have been a touchback for the Knights. Now he's 5 yards deeper. Let's see if he can get another 5 yards out of this kick. No air in the stadium tonight. Flag is not moving. Humid tonight.
But no rain. Thank you.
No rain. That came and went.
Colin capable of kicking it deep. Let's see.
And there's the kick, and that's going to be taken at about the 5-yard line. And he'll take it all the way out to the Tiger 23-yard line.
I don't know if the returner told his blocker something or Coach Morton, but on that punt kick return, Nicholas Picard was double teamed. He made sure to find number 5, and they blocked number 5. Nicholas doing a good job of taking up the double team so his teammates can come in and clean up the tackle.
Well, it's 22, right? Is that correct?
22-0.
22-0, 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And we give it to the running back. He barrels his way forward for about a gain of 2, brings up 2nd and 8 for the Tigers.
The Tigers are going to have a tough time running the ball tonight with the Knights running man coverage and able to walk down a safety into the box. Right now the Knights are showing cover 2.
High snap again, and there's Alexander on the keeper.
Malbrew on the stop for another tackle for a loss. Zai Alexander, the quarterback, had nowhere to go. Princeton, number 4, Princeton Malbrew gets another tackle for a loss, playing that outside linebacker position.
Well, it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Tigers. Tigers got up to the 40-yard line and have not crossed the 50-yard line yet this quarter. 22-0 here early in the first quarter. Alexander set in the shotgun. Another high snap. Looks like he's going to try to run, and he's got some room. And Princeton Malbrew comes from the backfield, and that young man may be hurt.
He's tired. He's tired. He's playing both ways, playing quarterback and free safety.
No, his shoulder.
Princeton did it. He landed on the ball.
His shoulder. He's done. I'm afraid. I hate to say this for that kid, but the way he reacted almost immediately, and the way Princeton Malbrew got him from behind and full force landed on him, he was turned sideways. He hit that shoulder, and they're calling for the trainer right now. Oh, man, you hate to see that. All the Knights are taking a knee. Tigers are taking a knee. Knights on the sideline on the far side are taking a knee.
Yeah, that's a tough blow for the Tigers. We'll come back in a few minutes, or in a minute or so. We're going to take a quick commercial break right here on Night Television.
Machine Shop, licensed under the API Spec 5CT, specializes in custom machine works of all kinds. Here are just some of the services we provide. Manufacturing of components to controlled, approved drawings. Modifications of pre-machined parts, new or used. Procurement of any materials needed. Control of raw materials in-house. Approved vendor service for outside processes. Product identification marking capabilities. At Moore's, we're here to serve you.
All right, well, we're back. Pray for the young man, Alexander. He's a key component to this Tiger offense and defense.
Number 23, Ethan Seymour, gets into the game at wide receiver. Number 2 moves from wide receiver to quarterback.
Well, it'll be 1st and 10, and that is going to be sacked in the backfield. Dylan Burrell gets in the back and takes that sack, and so it's going to take the Tigers a few plays to get their bearings straight right now, with Alexander being checked out on the sideline by the trainers.
Yeah, the Knights know how it is, experienced that last year. So hopefully the young man will be all right, be able to bounce back soon.
There's the give, and he may have a hold. The Knights went one way.
I think he's still going to be a little short.
Jordan Hall runs him out of bounds, but that's going to be, is it close?
It's going to be short. He's going to be short about a yard. He needed 20 yards. He only got 19. That was a great cutback. The blitzing backer overran the hole, filled the hole, but overran it. And number 26 cut back right underneath the blitzer.
Well, a little mix-up in the backfield, and that's going to go nowhere. We'll give the credit to the Knights, number 64, Luke Robinson.
On the carry, number 2,
right when the Tigers had something promising going, their first time crossing the 50-yard line, getting to the Knights' territory. A bad snap and a mix-up causes a loss, a 3-yard loss. And so now we had 4th and 4 for the Tigers.
4th and 4, the punt team is out on the field for the Tigers. And that's the end of the first quarter. I was wondering why there was a break. That's the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, it is Knights 22 and your Loreauville Tigers 0.
Let us say thank you to the 2018 LHS football sponsors.
We'll take a timeout in the booth. Timeout here. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
Hazelwood Investigative Services, Bell Sporting Goods, Gator Tail, Tattoo Equipment Company.
At Lafayette Christian Academy, we minister to students' spirit, soul, and body with subjects taught from a Christian perspective. LCA encourages excellence in academic and athletic avenues. Lafayette Christian Academy is accredited and state approved. For more information about enrollment, email info@LafayetteChristianAcademy.com. Key to the World Travel is your key to a magical vacation. Specializing in Disney vacations, contact agent Josiah Broussard for a free, no-obligation quote.
All right, well, Knights are running around like they didn't know it was going to be a punt. I don't think the Knights had the right personnel.
Right, yeah, the Knights at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were only 9 players on the field for the Knights.
Well, I thought, well, anyway, mix-up, timeout. just a 30-second timeout will stay.
I think the confusion was, is the punt return team on the field, or is the defense going on the field? I think that's what the confusion was.
Yeah, I think they forgot, some of the players forgot that they hadn't ran a 4th down yet. Well, it's going to be 4th and 5. The ball is on the 45-yard line inside of Knight territory, but the Tigers are bringing their punt team out onto the field. It's going to be Sage Ryan and Errol Rogers back deep to receive for the Knights.
And we start this second quarter. The Tigers punting.
They have this kid, this punter, listed as a freshman. He's a decent kid, decent leg.
Sage Ryan, along with number 6, Errol Rogers.
Good kick. It's going to take a. I don't know if they say that touched LCA, then it's okay.
It barely missed
Princeton
Malbrew. Princeton was blocking. He didn't realize the ball was behind him. That's on probably Sage. I think that was Sage's side. Sage has to say something, whatever the code word is. Some teams use the word Peter, some use poison. Apparently, Princeton didn't hear it.
Well, the Knights will have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line with 11:46. Zach Clement hands it off to Logan Gabriel, and he's going to go all the way. My goodness, Gabriel is going to go
81 yards.
81 yards on the touchdown. Touchdown, Logan Gabriel. Touchdown, Knights. My goodness.
I blinked, and I'm not 100% sure what the play call was. It might have been a read option play. I'm not 100% sure. I looked down. The ball was snapped. Logan was going. So, sorry, I can't help you out on that. But, amazing.
My goodness. Colin LaHaye in for the Knights for the point after. Waiting on the snap. There's the kick. It's up, and it's good, and it's over the building and in the junior high department. And just like that, the Knights take a 29-0 lead over the Loreauville Tigers. With just moments into the second quarter, Logan Gabriel goes 81 yards on one play and puts in his second touchdown of the night. Or is that third?
It's his second rushing touchdown.
Second rushing touchdown.
And a kickoff return.
And a kick return. Third touchdown of the night for Logan Gabriel. My goodness, what a night.
That's right.
Well, the Tigers are set to receive. Colin LaHaye is soon to be set to kick off for the Knights.
Number 17, Colin LaHaye to kick. 26, Chris Hampton.
29, we'll change that score here in just a moment. 29-0. Here's Colin LaHaye. There's the kick, and it's a good one. It will be fielded at about the 1-yard line. He fumbles the ball. That's a live.
No, it's going to be a touchback. It's high school rules.
High school rules, touchback. All right.
He didn't have full control of the ball. So.
All right. Well, 11 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and it's 29-0. It has been nothing but LCA Knights.
That's right. Yeah, it's been the LCA Knights night tonight. I don't know how many times I can say night in one sentence, but I think I did it a lot right there.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Tigers. Was that Alexander or no?
No, that's not Alexander.
Okay,
that's number 2. That's Joseph.
Joseph,
number 2. Usually at cornerback and wide receiver. Now he's playing quarterback. Drake Woodson, number 24, on the tackle for the Knights with a little assistance from number 74, Timothy Cotton. It's going to be 2nd and 12 for the Tigers.
Well, we're in the second quarter here. We just made a couple of changes for you there.
Looks like Coach Morton, nope, it looked like he was adding another back, but that's his tight end in the slot position.
2nd and 12. There's the handoff to the fullback, and Martin Lee and Khalib Watts team up and put a lick on that running back. My goodness. The Knights are hitting those ball carriers. And I tell you what, Loreauville may not have anybody left by halftime with these kind of hits.
They're winded already. You could tell because they're going both ways, many of their players.
Well, it's 3rd and 12 for the Tigers. There's the handoff again, and that's Drake Woodson makes the initial hit. And Sage Ryan kind of in late. And that'll be a gain of 3. It'll bring up 4th and 8. And just like that, the ball's going to go back over to the Knights. And if you're a Tiger fan or a Tiger coach, that's the last thing you want to see right now is the Knights. The Knights have scored on every possession tonight, including a special teams opening kickoff. So from the opening, it has been nothing but Knights. There's the punt, and it's not going to be fielded. It's going to take a Tiger bounce, and it's going to go down to about the 48-yard line. So the Knights will take over right there. 1st and 10.
That's right.
At their own 48-yard line.
Number 77, the punter, is looking at the referee like, hey, that should have been a penalty. But believe it or not, Nicholas Picard deflected the punt. That punt was slightly deflected by Nicholas Picard, so no penalty there for the Knights.
Well, 1st and 10, Zach. Let's see if Logan Gabriel can go 52 yards. Oh, we're going to have
offsides. It's off, encroachment on the defense. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Looks like the left defensive end.
Well, why did the offensive line jump?
They reacted to him jumping.
5-yard penalty. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Knights inside of Tiger territory, now at the 47-yard line. There's Zach scrambling to his right, looking for a receiver. Oh my goodness. It is complete to number 11. Victor Dupree inside the 10-yard line.
Victor does a great job of coming back to the ball. Zach had pressure behind him. Zach rolls to his right, throws the ball a little bit across his body, so it's slightly underthrown. Victor comes back to it and makes the catch.
1st and goal, Knights at the 9-yard line. Here's Zach. He gives it to Big Logan, and bang! Just like that. Touchdown, Knights. Touchdown, Logan Gabriel.
Your lineup every.
And are we looking at the player of the week? My goodness, Big Logan Gabriel from 9 yards.
His 4th touchdown of the evening. And we're still in the second quarter.
With 7 minutes and 21 seconds, here comes Colin LaHaye for the extra point. There's the snap, there's the kick, it's up, and it is good. And the Knights take a 36-0 lead with 7 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It has been nothing but Knights
all night
long. Oh, man. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better for the Tigers if Alexander doesn't get back on the field. I'm not sure if that's him down there with the coach with a towel over his head, no shoulder pads, so he's definitely done for the night. And I don't know, maybe the coaches can convene and maybe at halftime do like we did last week against Northside, just run a lot of clock in the second half. Well, Colin LaHaye set to kick off for the Knights. 36-0. There's LaHaye with the kick, and that's going to be deep, and that's almost in the back out of the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 20-yard line.
He kicks the ball into the end zone, and we have a touchback.
Tigers will have it 1st and 20. We're 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
First down, Tigers.
Everything the Knights are doing tonight has worked. Special teams has worked. The offense has worked. The defense has worked. Trev Falk has his Knights playing at a high level tonight, and we're set. There's the handoff. Got a crease. Princeton Malbrew in on the stop for the Knights, but that's going to be a gain of 11.
Number 26, Chris Anthony on that carry.
Anthony on the carry for the Tigers, and that's a first down.
First down, Tigers.
That'll give that crowd something to cheer about for sure. Not a whole lot to cheer for thus far. 1st and 10 Tigers.
Anthony has definitely been the bright spot of the evening for the Tigers. Been their only bright spot so far.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. There's the quarterback keeper. He's going to get a gain of about, we'll give him 4 yards on that carry. That's Joseph, the ball carrier. Timothy Cotton, number 74, will get credit for the tackle for the Knights. And checking in for Timothy is number 64, Luke Robinson.
Hey, the Tiger refs are asking
2nd and 6. 5 minutes and 33 seconds remaining. And we have a timeout. I don't know if that's a hydration timeout. Yeah, that's a hydration timeout. So we'll take a timeout in the booth. We have a timeout on the field. And we'll be right back here in 1 minute.
Night football fans, have you heard about the Night Football Club? During the football season, members are invited to attend a weekly luncheon on Thursdays at noon. Membership starts as low as $100. Proceeds from the Night Football Club go towards travel expenses for varsity football road games. For more information, contact David Hogan at 337-692-4645 or online at nightfootballclub.com.
If you are interested in enrolling at Lafayette Christian Academy for the 2019-2020 school year, we invite you to one of our annual open houses. Go to LafayetteChristianAcademy.com for more details.
All right, back in action here at Tiger Stadium. Knights up big over the Tigers. Quarterback keeper, he's going to be brought down in the backfield. We'll give 64, Luke Robinson, the credit for that. There was a fumble. Oh, my goodness. Fumble on the play. It was recovered. It may have been recovered by Fitz.
I don't know who recovered it, but right away, Martin Lee, I saw that red glove pointing to the Knights, the Knights end zone.
Well, if it could go wrong for the Tigers tonight, it has. 1st and 10 Knights at the Tiger 30-yard line. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be defensive offside. Nope, false start on the offense. It'll be 5 yards marked off against the Knights. The ball will be backed up to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Knights.
Yeah, I think they called that against Sage Ryan for jumping early.
First down.
First and 15 now for the Knights. There's quarterback looking to pass. He has a wide. Oh, he had Sage Ryan. Sage Ryan, I think, heard a few footsteps there.
Number number 2, Leslie Joseph, defending on that play.
And that brings up second down for the Knights. 2nd and 15 from the Tiger 35-yard line. There's Zach rolling to the left. He's going to find Dylan.
No, that's Montrell.
That's Montrell Felix.
Wide open on that
post
post
corner.
corner.
That's a touchdown, Montrell. Touchdown, Knights. My goodness. We'll give him a credit of 35 yards from Zach Clement to Montrell Felix. And the senior to senior connects, and it's 42-0.
Montrell gets behind the defense right there. The defensive backs cannot handle any of the Knights' skilled receivers. Skilled positions are outplaying the Tigers' DBs.
Colin LaHaye with the kick. It's ugly, but it's good. And with that extra point, it is now 43-0 with 2:44 remaining.
And we got a running clock.
And we have a running clock. That didn't come soon enough. Keep it running. Let's go. Everybody get home healthy. Everybody get home early tonight.
I guess we can assume that the JV team's going to be playing pretty soon.
We're going to readjust some cameras here.
LaHaye to kick. Back to receive, number 2, Leslie Joseph. Number 26, Chris Anthony. And number 23, Ethan Simon.
All right, there we go. 43-0, 140 and counting. There's Colin LaHaye. He's going to kick that one. That's going to go 6 yards deep into the end zone for a Knight touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 20-yard line. Well, hopefully they can run one play and then we'll go in to halftime.
That kick, the Tigers play 1st down and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
There's a quarterback, Nicholas Picard in the backfield, nowhere to go.
Chris Anthony on that carry.
Nicholas just pinned his ears back and was going straight after the running back.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're running that clock. That's all I can say.
35 seconds left in the half. Looks like they're going to kind of hesitate, maybe get it to under 25. Blow the whistle.
Yeah, this will be they'll wait a second. Blow the whistle.
Right.
Don't even run a play.
22 seconds.
Don't even run a play. Well, they're going to run one play. And that play is going to be busted up by Martin Lee. He's going to be sacked in the backfield.
10 seconds left in the half.
Man, he's not getting up. Man, if they lose number 2.
Joseph on that carry around the left side.
He's cramping. It's a cramp.
It's a cramp. Martin Lee.
And it's no more time left on the clock. And they're going to work that cramp out.
Well, the Knights will head in to the proverbial locker room here at half, take their spot in the corner of the end zone, and it's 43-0. Knights up big over Loreauville. Loreauville had a couple of positive drives, picked up a couple of first downs and a couple of high snaps and a couple of fumbles here and there. Just put them in such dire need, and the Knights just capitalized. I don't know if I've ever seen a Knight team come out with such fervor and fire in just about every play, every position, all sides of the ball, both sides of the ball, and in special teams. Well, we're going to take a little bit of break. This week, Josiah got to interview one of our seniors, Khalib Watts. Khalib Watts was instrumental in securing that championship run. In that championship game, Khalib Watts picked off in the fourth quarter from the cornerback position, picked off a pick and took it into the end zone, giving the Knights a 10-0 lead, which was plenty for the Knights. So Josiah is going to cue that up. We'll take a timeout here in the booth, and we'll talk to Khalib. We'll come back and give you some stats if we can get them.
Experience.
Looking for that one-of-a-kind vehicle? At Don, every vehicle is one of a kind. We take pride in our inventory and spend thousands before it's considered ownership ready. New wheels and tires, lift kits, and more. Buy with confidence knowing every vehicle comes with a 172-point inspection and vehicle history report. Our goal is to meet your needs and surpass your expectations. Don's Automotive Group in Lafayette, Broussard, and Lake Charles, or online at donswholesale.com. You don't want just a truck. You want a Don's truck.
At Lafayette Christian Academy, we minister to students' spirit, soul, and body with subjects taught from a Christian perspective. LCA encourages excellence in academic and athletic avenues. Lafayette Christian Academy is accredited and state approved. For more information about enrollment, email info@LafayetteChristianAcademy.com.
Welcome to tonight's Senior Spotlight with senior number 2, Khalib Watts. Khalib, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. How you doing?
Doing good. Khalib, last week we played Northside High. You had a pretty good game here. A few pass defenses, a couple tackles. What is it like to play for the LCA Knights?
It's really relaxing because we have such a great defense. Like, our linebackers and our line are so good. Some of the DBs, all we got to worry about is passes, really. So, and they take care of the run. So when we come down to help, it's just out of our own help. So, but yeah, we got a great line and a great defense, a great linebacker core. So we ain't really have to do much Northside game.
Like you said, you got a great front seven. So when you have that front seven, it makes your job a lot easier. I can definitely believe that. All you have to do pretty much is worry about covering your man. Y'all played man-to-man a lot last week. Talk to us a little bit about your experience, not only as an athlete here at LCA, but as a student. What's it like to be here on the campus of Lafayette Christian Academy?
It's really relaxing, and it's fun. And if you just stay focused and everything will just play out, and not just in school, on the field as well. The field is just... If everything play out in school, you won't have to worry about anything on the field, because it's a calm environment, so everybody's on the same page. You got to worry about a lot.
Tell me a little bit about the coaches, your feel with the coaches, Coach Falk, and not just Coach Falk, but also your position coach. Let's talk a little bit about them. How's your relationship with those guys?
Those are really, really, really great dudes. You never really meet people like that, and I'm glad I've got to be coached under them. And Coach Tyson, he's a really good coach. He's fun. He's not. We're not always, strict. They know how to balance it out, have a little fun here and there, but it's strictly business most of the time. But we know how to add a little fun in there sometimes. That's what makes it a great experience here at LCA.
Now, people are hearing your voice. They're probably, some of them, hearing your voice for the first time. They might hear a little twang in that. Can you tell us a little bit about that twang? Maybe it has something to do with your nickname too?
Yeah, Texas. I'm from Houston, Texas, so that's where I got the nickname from when I first moved out here. So it really helps me get known a little bit. Everybody knows me by Texas. I represent my city 24/7. Shout out to Houston.
Now, Khalib, last year after the state championship game, in the interview, you made a comment, and this year to start the season, I heard Morton Lee repeat that same comment and quote that comment. something about your goals as far as your goal as being a defensive back. Do you remember that comment?
Oh, yeah, the best DB in the nation. That is me.
So you lack no confidence. Is that right?
As a DB, you got to have a lot of confidence. If you don't have the confidence, you don't need to be playing that position.
I can believe that. And you definitely, it looks like you play with a whole lot of confidence. Look like you're having a whole lot of fun out there. You say you're relaxed, but it looks like there's a lot of fun happening too.
Of course, especially being on the defense with people like Sage Ryan, Jordan Hall, Fitzgerald, Martin Lee, all those good guys to play with. It's just a fun environment.
I'm noticing a lot that you're naming your teammates. You talked about how easy it is to play behind that front seven on defense. You talked about that, and now you're naming the other defensive backfield teammates. Team is a big thing. Not only do you have confidence in yourself, but it sounds like you have confidence in your teammates as well.
I have a lot of confidence in my teammates. When it's not just me at safety either. It's Nick Picard. He takes a lot of weight off my shoulders. He's a very big hitter. So, lately, he's been down at outside linebacker, so I miss him a little bit. But when he comes back up there with me, it's a lot of weight off my shoulders.
I hear that. Yeah, I noticed that last week how Nick was playing outside linebacker last week. I remember him playing a lot of safety last year. And so you and Nick last year, y'all had that y'all had that chemistry, I guess. And so, like you said, you miss him a little bit this year. Can we expect to see Nick a little bit more at the safety position, or he's going to hang out with the outside linebackers?
Nick, he's very versatile. So wherever coach needs him, that's where he'll be. But we have Brylan, one of our freshmen. He's really good. He's back there with me when Nick's at outside linebacker. So we're training him right so we can have the chemistry all around the field.
There you go. Another name you spit out. We have a lot of talent on this team. You mentioned it earlier, talking about how talented the defense is. And, what are your goals? Let's talk about the goals first. Your goals here at school. You're a senior. What are your goals once you leave LCA?
Once I leave LCA, I want to go to college for criminal justice. Not only criminal justice, I of course want to play sports, take my football career further. But, that's everybody's dream. So I want to make sure I fulfill mine and not just talk about it,
And then here at LCA, before you finish up here at LCA, what are your goals for this season?
This season, I want to make sure me and my brothers as well, we all keep our heads right in the classroom and make sure we translate that focus onto the field and make sure we can see if we can do what we did last year.
Repeat as state champions. You have a repeat on your mind?
Of course, we all do. That's the goal.
I hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's number 2, Caleb Watts. Caleb, let's get the proper pronunciation of your name. I want to hear it from you because I've heard your name pronounced so many different ways. So let's hear it from you.
Caleb Watts.
All right, Caleb Watts, not Khalib, not Caleb, not Caleb. All right, it's Caleb Watts, number 2 in your program, but he wants to be number 1 in the nation at the defensive back position, and he keeps working hard at it. This is a fine young man, not only on the field but also off the field. Caleb, before I let you go, I want to talk. I want to get one. I have one question about something that y'all have been doing over the past couple of weeks. The past couple of weeks, a lot of the juniors and senior football players have been going to the lower elementary classes. What have y'all been doing in those classes?
With the younger kids, we've been reading books to them. I actually have a class by myself. Some of the other players have partners, but I'm in a class with Miss Oye. Miss Oye. I really love her class. They love me too, so I really appreciate them letting me come read to them, and it's really a fun, good bonding time to have with the younger kids in elementary.
So they kind of look up to you?
Oh, yes, sir. They love when I come into the class. Every time I come in, it's Texas, Texas.
So, yes, again, Caleb showing some of, his character off the field as well. And, a lot of that, I would guess, comes from home as well as from your coaches.
Of course. That's where it all comes from, Your mama, that's where it starts.
Thanks again, Caleb. Looking forward to seeing you in the second half. Have a great season.
Thank you, Mr. Broussard. This season, I want to make sure me and my brothers as well, we all keep our heads right in the classroom and make sure we.
All right. Well, Caleb Watts, Texas, Caleb.
Let's call him Texas.
However you want to say it. I don't think it matters at this point. Well, we have some halftime stats that we want to give you, and we're about 5 minutes away from the second half. Zachary Clement was 7 for 9, 197 yards through the air. Montrell Felix had 2 catches for 54 yards. Errol Rogers, 2 catches for 51 yards. Sage Ryan, 1 catch for 47. And number 11, his name's not on my stat sheet. Victor Dupuy had 2 catches for 45 yards. Rushing, Logan Gabriel on 5 rushes has 120 yards.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
And so overall, let's see, total yards. The Knights have 320 total yards, and the Tigers have 43. The Knights have averaged 21 yards per play, and the Tigers 1.7. Logan Gabriel, I was looking for his touchdown margin. They didn't have that on there, but he's got 4 touchdowns. And let's see, Errol Rogers has 1.
Montrell Felix has 1.
Montrell Felix has 1. I don't know. We didn't write that down. We're kind of sitting in the dark.
We are literally.
And but anyway, well, we are here. We're 3 minutes and 28 seconds away from the second half. And it's been all nights, nothing but nights
all night.
Tonight. In district play, we got a score a while ago. VC on the road against Opelousas Catholic in Opelousas. And that score was 14-7. Correction, 12-7 late in the second quarter. If we hear get any updates via Twitter, we'll pass those along as well. Well, we're 2 minutes and 30 seconds away. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in to Night Television, and we're grateful for Spanky and Carrie Arsenal for sponsoring and becoming the title sponsor of the night football broadcast each and every game. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back here on Night
Machine Shop. Licensed under the API Spec 5CT, specializes in custom machine works of all kinds. Here are just some of the services we provide. Manufacturing of components to controlled, approved drawings. Modifications of pre-machined parts, new or used. Procurement of any materials needed. Control of raw materials in-house. Approved vendor service for outside processes. Product identification marking capabilities. At Moore's, we're here to serve you.
Night football fans, have you heard about the Night Football Club? During the football season, members are invited to attend a weekly luncheon on Thursdays at noon. Membership starts as low as $100. Proceeds from the Night Football Club go towards travel expenses for varsity football road games. For more information, contact David Hogan at 337-692-4645 or online at nightfootballclub.com.
If you are interested in enrolling at Lafayette Christian Academy for the 2019-2020 school year, we invite you to one of our annual open houses. Go to LafayetteChristianAcademy.com for more details.
Looking for that one-of-a-kind vehicle? At Don, every vehicle is one of a kind. We take pride in our inventory and spend thousands before it's considered ownership ready. New wheels and tires, lift kits, and more. Buy with confidence knowing every vehicle comes with a 172-point inspection and vehicle history report. Our goal is to meet your needs and surpass your expectations. Don's Automotive Group in Lafayette, Broussard, and Lake Charles, or online at donswholesale.com. You don't want just a truck, you want a Don's truck.
At Lafayette Christian Academy, we minister to students' spirit, soul, and body with subjects taught from a Christian perspective. LCA encourages excellence in academic and athletic avenues. Lafayette Christian Academy is accredited and state approved. For more information about enrollment, email info@LafayetteChristianAcademy.com. Gwynn Construction, specializing in bridge building construction. Contact them at 337-824-0630 or online at bridgedat.com. That's bridgedat.com. Judy Services, locally owned and operated. Judy Services offers high-quality plumbing and water treatment equipment throughout Acadiana. For your commercial and residential water and plumbing needs, give them a call at 837-1760. That's 837-1760. Key to the World Travel is your key to a magical vacation. Specializing in Disney vacations, contact agent Josiah Broussard for a free, no-obligation quote. Find him online at josiahtravels.com or search at Josiah Travels on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right. Well, we are back live at Tiger Stadium, and it is halftime here. And I want to show you the schedule. I'll put that back on the screen for you. The Knights are going to be at home next Friday for the home opener. And so we encourage all of you to make plans now as the Knights take on Franklin on the 14th, followed by 2 other games. So the Knights will be at home 3 consecutive weeks. They'll host Franklin, Highland Baptist, and then homecoming on September 28th against Central Catholic of Morgan City. Knights won the opening toss, elected to receive, and so now the ball will be
once again,
back to kicked off to the Tigers here as we are getting ready. We're moments away from the third quarter.
On Tuesday, September 19th. And just as a reminder, parents, mark your calendars. High school report cards and junior high progress reports will be distributed to students on Wednesday, September 12th.
12 minutes has been reset on the clock. Colin LaHaye has ball in hand. Waiting on the rest of the Knights to take the field.
Students of the month in 7th grade, Eli Tuche. In 8th grade, Chloe Mazalu.
Here come your Knights.
In 9th grade, Hunter Freyu. 10th grade, Jesse Pilu.
And we're just moments away
and the senior,
from the kickoff here in the third quarter. Now the Knights, probably on offense and defense, you're going to see a lot of new faces, trying to get some players in here.
Leslie Joseph, number 26, Chris Anthony, and number 8, Landon Duga.
43-0. Here's Colin LaHaye with the kick. And we're set and we're off and running. That ball will be taken at about the 3-yard line. Has a crease, fumbles the ball, and number 30 collects it for the Knights.
Leslie Joseph on that return.
And
that's Caleb Aguilar.
Caleb Aguilar on the fumble recovery for the Knights, and the Knights take over at the 19-yard line. Now the clock is continuing to run, and that is a good thing. So we'll have a fast second half here at Tiger Stadium. So just like that, the Knights take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Their second-string quarterback, and I tell you, oh, what a great move.
Montrell Felix.
Montrell Felix. Zach Clement looks like he's done for the night. Errol Rogers in at quarterback for the Knights. And it's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Knights. There's Montrell, and he's hit hard.
Felix on that carry around the right side.
And he comes up limping a little bit.
The sophomore Dalen Gondron checking into the game for Montrell, number 22.
He got his ankle twisted around right there. He's going to go down to the turf, and the trainers are going to come out and check on Montrell.
You hate to see anybody get hurt, especially in a game like this, no matter what side of the ball you're on.
Consisting of sports rehabilitation, Dr. Andre
It's a lopsided game.
Visit us at www.
Yeah, that's why you'll see a lot of names and new faces and numbers.
Montrell being carried off the field by Coach Falk, and looks like Coach Falk and Coach Cormouche carrying him off the field. Maybe that may be Coach Rod, one of the other coaches. I'm not sure who it is. Coach Cormouche just gave Arrow the play.
Third down and 2 from their own.
Hope Montrell's okay.
Well, 3rd and 2. Dalen Gondron. Errol Rogers scrambles to his right, looking for a receiver, points at someone, and finds Victor Dupuis. And
tiptoes and gets it.
Oh, my goodness.
Another
Victor
touchdown.
Dupuis with a spectacular catch.
Toe taps on the.
Ballerina style. Victor Dupuis on the pass from Errol Rogers. And the Knights extend that lead 49-0. And the extra point coming up for Colin LaHaye. To make it 50. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and is it blocked?
It's good. It's good.
It's good. I never saw the ball.
Went through the uprights.
Went right through the uprights. Well, that brings the score to 50-0.
The Knights score 50 points in back-to-back weeks.
50 points plus. My goodness, it was 55 last week. It's 50 right now.
With 9 minutes to go in the third, and the clock is running.
Man, thank God that clock is running. Eight minutes and 30 seconds, and that clock is just continuing to run, and we like that. Tigers back deep to receive.
Number 2.
Here's Colin LaHaye with the kick, and there's not going to be any return. Colin LaHaye puts it 9 yards deep in the end zone. And I'll tell you, Colin LaHaye has had a great special teams this season so far. Number 17, Colin LaHaye. You will see him on Saturdays soon.
Following that kickoff, the Tigers take over at their own 20-yard line.
First and 10 for the Tigers at their own 20-yard line. There's the give to the big running back. He's trying to get to the edge, and he does. Run out of bounds. That's Anthony Richard, number 10. Safety coming up. Flag on the play. At least that was said by the.
No, I think there's a yellow ball flying in the air on the far side.
Oh yeah. Okay. The public announcer here at the stadium said flag on the play, but there's no flag. Second down and 9. Gain of 1 for the Tigers.
So you're going to see some all new faces on the field for the Knights defense.
A lot of new faces. There's the quarterback keeper. He runs into the referee, and he's going to be brought down.
That umpire position on the officials. That's a tough position to be in for football officials, being the umpires, lining up right behind the linebackers.
Well, that's going to be a Tiger first down. 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And your score is LCA 50 and the Tigers 0. It's been nothing but LCA. I'll tell you what, they're not going to want to go back and watch this film. And I guess the biggest disappointment so far is the junior quarterback, Alexander, went down with a shoulder injury, it looked like from our angle in the second quarter, and he has not been back. In fact, I don't see him.
He has his shoulder wrapped up, his arms wrapped up, right below us.
Yeah, his shoulder, and I hate to say this, but I think it's a collarbone. If I had to guess, just the way he fell, and we're praying the best for Alexander and for Coach Terry Martin here for the Loreauville Tigers, the Loreauville Tigers, and pray the best for him, and hopefully it's nothing more than a sprain or a bruise or whatnot. And so we have a hydration timeout on the field, and we'll stay right here. Looks like both teams are getting back to the field to play. So we have 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter, and as soon as that play clock is marked for play, I'm sure that clock's going to run.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep, referee is winding the clock.
All right. Quarterback keeper, and he's brought down by number 8. We'll have to look at see if we can look in the dark.
That's Dylan.
Dylan Burrell makes this tackle for the Knights. It brings up 3rd and 9 for the Tigers.
Tigers have some young guys in at the wide receiver positions. Letting their young receivers get a little playing time.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to
still have their starting line and starting running back in there.
Quarterback keeper slips down on the turf, but even though he doesn't slip, he's still not going to go very far. And that'll be number 20 for the Knights. That's going to be Membrano.
Joshua Membrano
on the tackle for the Knights, and it's 4th down. And
the down marker says 4th, but I think the referees are going to confer. It may be 3rd. I'm trying to go with they got a first down.
I think you're right, Josiah. It's probably 3rd down.
I think it's 3rd down. But, no, they're saying 4th. Officials came back out of the huddle saying 4th.
Run the clock. They could have taken 2 minutes off the clock for that.
We had the slip.
All right. We got Sage Ryan and Errol Rogers deep for the Knights, set to receive, and the clock now is starting. And that is a high snap, but he somehow gets it off.
And it's a terrible punt.
And that's going to be, thankful it takes a little bit of a Tiger bounce. That's going to be about a 14-yard punt. And
the punter's limping off the field.
Following that punt by Romero, the Knights took over 1st down and 10 at the Tigers.
He had to jump up really high to grab that snap.
Well, now we got 3rd-string quarterback Brylan Green in for the Knights. Sophomore running back Dalen Gondron. So the Knights will get a little bit of playing time. And there's Dalen Gondron. He busts one down, and we'll give him a gain of about 8 yards. It'll bring up, we'll make it 7 yards. Brings up 2nd and 3 for the Knights.
Dalen comes out of the backfield, runs through the hole.
Gain of about 7 yards.
Really hard and strong.
Dalen's grandfather, Keith Judies, is a graduate of Loreauville High School. There's Dalen. He's going to pick up the 1st down and run out of bounds at about looks like they're going to mark it about the 32-yard line, and another player down.
He's cramping, but that's the running back, number 26. The running back, and also the Chris Anthony. He's a running back and a linebacker.
Well, he's going to cramp and
limp off the field.
limp off the field.
They got to give him time. They blew the ready for play whistle, and he was still on the opposite half.
Good. Keep the clock running. Well, don't stop the clock. Man, run the clock. All right, clock is running, 3 minutes. Here's the pitch. Who's 32? You got to look for it.
There's a hold.
Going to be a hold. That's going to come back.
That's going to come back, unfortunately. The young one, Darian Riggs. Darian's a freshman.
There is a penalty on the play.
I think he's going to fuss at one of his hold. Yeah, he's going to fuss at one of his fellow JV teammates for having that touchdown taken off.
Great run. That's a freshman, right?
That's a freshman, Darian Riggs.
Darian Riggs, the freshman. And he makes a play, but that's going to be called back, and maybe that's why he got free is because of the hold. Well, nonetheless, the White Hat's going to step it off. There's the hold against the Knights, 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Ends up being 1st and 10. We start off right where we go right where we started from.
And the result remains first down.
And we're set. 1st and 10 for the Knights. Brylan Green, the freshman, in at quarterback, third-string quarterback for the Knights. 2 minutes remaining. He sprints to his right. This is going to be a keeper all the way. Gets a block and is chased out of bounds at about the 26-yard line.
It's Leslie Joseph, the number 2, chases Brylan out of bounds.
Green around the right side.
It was quarterback sweep, the whole called quarterback sweep.
Well, a lot of Knights getting some action. Ben Bijou in at center. He's a sophomore. Timothy Cotton in. I'm not sure who 65 is. And there's Dalen looking for a gap. And here comes a late flag. That could be in the realm of face mask. The way that
number 22
came in. We'll
on the carry.
Wait to see what the
block in the back. Illegal block by the
Knights.
By the Knights.
You get these young guys in here.
It looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9.
They're just happy to be on the field right now.
Penalty indication holding on the
2nd and 10. So again, after a good game, we
2nd down, 10 for the Knights.
Get backed up.
The Tigers
10 yards.
All right, 2nd and 10 again from the 33-yard line. We can't get off the 33-yard line. There's Dalen Gondren. He breaks one. He's going to score. One man to beat. Bang! Drags him into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. Touchdown, Dalen Gondren. How about that for his grandfather, who's somewhere in those bleachers, and I'm sure he's enjoying this tonight.
I can see him. He's smiling. Somebody's down for the Tigers. Number 23, I believe. Number 23 for the Tigers is down.
Well, we got a
Ethan Seymour Simon.
Got a Tiger down at about the 18-yard line. Trainers are out there taking care of him. Timeout on the field, 56-0, and that's going to be the end because clock is still running. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter, but they may let us kick the extra point on this side of the field instead of flipping the field. So there's no time on the clock. It is the end of the third quarter. We do have an injury on the field. The Knights are set up, ready to kick off, or rather kick the extra point. But we have a timeout, an injury timeout. And looks like they're from here, maybe treating his ankle. They're going to cart the young man. Is that 23?
That's
or
23, Ethan Simo, or Simon. Is being escorted off the field by the training staff.
Well, it's the end of the third quarter. We'll take a timeout here after this extra point, I'm certain. Nope. He's going to flip into the field, and we're going to go the other way. So that's the, well, looks like
I think one official told the guys to go to the other side. The head official, the white hat, saying, no, get back over here, kick this thing over here, and we'll flip it later.
Well, I thought that's what they probably should have done, was simply, they're all right here ready to go. Keep it right here on this side of the field, and then take a timeout.
Another block. That was number 77, the punter. Got in there and blocked it.
All right, well, we'll take a timeout here. It'll be a timeout down on the field. That's the end of the third. You're watching Night Television and the title sponsor, the Moore's Machine Shop. Third quarter.
Machine Shop, licensed under the API Spec 5CT, specializes in custom machine works of all kinds. Here are just some of the services we provide. Manufacturing of components to controlled, approved drawings. Modifications of pre-machined parts, new or used. Procurement of any materials needed. Control of raw materials in-house. Approved vendor service for outside processes. Product identification marking capabilities. At Moore's, we're here to serve you.
We're back here in the booth. That's the end of the third. Your score, Knights 56 and Tigers 0. It has been nothing but Knights
all night.
All night.
Even the JV team getting in on the action.
Knights set to kick off. Tigers back deep to receive, and that ball's going to be taken.
He has a seam.
And should be run out of bounds by the kicker, Colin LaHaye, down about the 32-yard line.
Colin played defense last year, so he's taking pride. He wants to take pride in making sure that goose egg stays on the field.
Little guy's getting a little chippy out there, but clock's running. Let's just get out of here as fast as we can.
Looks like we were going to get another fresh set of guys out there, but for the Tigers, but it doesn't look like it.
11 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. Knights up. They score one more point than they did last week. 55 last week, 56, and pitch another shutout. And a lot of these young bucks are going to get a few snaps tonight. They'll appreciate that.
Tigers run a little power play to the left side.
Gain of about 3 yards brings up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. 10:45 and counting. Quarterback, and he's got both of them in the backfield, and Dalen Gondry, he tackled both of them. He tackled the quarterback and the running back. He didn't know who had the ball, but he knew it was between the both of them.
And both of them were suffering from cramps earlier in the game, so it's kind of, they're fighting. They're putting up a fight. They're not giving up. Kudos to those two young men.
9 minutes and 55 seconds. remaining in the game. Bad snap. Quarterback in trouble. Ooh, man. Number 25 put a hit on somebody.
That was Trent Hippolyte.
My goodness.
He put a hit on number 2. The ball carrier, the quarterback.
And that's brings up 4th and about 17 for the Tigers. And they'll punt. Back deep is Errol Rogers and Sage Ryan. Number 77. He's just going to.
No, they're waiting on one more lineman.
Another player. Just get somewhere, Big
He
79.
has to get on the line. They're not going to have enough men on the line.
Well, they get the snap off. And not a
delay a game.
Delay a game.
I'm guessing.
Still waiting.
Or waiting on the call, on the official call. They're waving the flag. They're waving the flag off. No penalty. Let's start this over again. Well, the good thing about it is clock ran.
Clock ran. All right. Well, let's see what happens here. Sage Ryan and Errol Rogers. There's the punt, and that's going to be downed by Sage Ryan at about the 47-yard line. Looked like he had the fair catch sign.
Yeah.
And then when he made the catch, he slipped on the turf. And the Knights will take over right there at their own 47-yard line with 8 minutes and counting remaining in this game. Little LCA and Tiger cheerleaders in a little cheer off down here, entertaining the fans. Timeout on the field. You're not missing any action. It's going to be another hydration timeout.
I believe so.
Shout out to the Tiger cheerleaders and the Knights cheerleaders. Got the band out here. See if I can. Band out here. And we're having a good time. All right, 1st and 10 Knights. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what's happening either. Another timeout after a timeout.
Let me get this band. Rocking the crowd. A good crowd out here. And I'm glad the fans are cheering because there wasn't a whole lot to cheer for tonight by the Tigers. All right. Well, I don't know who called that timeout or what that was all about.
Well, both teams have subs in the game. We'll see clean jerseys on Loreauville side.
3rd string quarterback Brylan, he hands it off, and that's nowhere to go. That's going to be
number 21,
number 30
on the tackle.
32 carry.
That's Darian Riggs on the carry.
Darian Riggs, yeah.
Brian Patu. on the tackle.
6 minutes and counting. 56-0 Knights up big over the Loreauville Tigers.
Riggs trying to get loose on the outside. Couldn't quite get around the corner, get around the edge.
Around the left side for the Knights. Attacking for the Tigers, number 6, Grant Norris.
Brings up 3rd and about 14 for the Knights. And I mean, all kind of freshmen out there on the field tonight. We haven't called their name, and literally we are in the dark. Cowan Hilaire out there for the Knights.
Cowan Hilaire. Let's see, that looks like
Marcus Picard is out there.
Braylon Duffy.
Braylon Duffy is out there.
Brennan Charles.
Timeout on the field, and now we're at the 6-minute mark. So there's your official hydration timeout. With a running clock, I've never seen so many official timeouts. Nonetheless, 56-0, 6 minutes. It'll bring up 3rd and 15 for the Knights when they come back. If you're still tuning in and watching, don't forget the Knight Football Club will host Coach Trev Falk. A couple of standouts. I have a feeling it's going to be 34 Logan Gabriel in the house, one of them. And that's this Thursday at noon. Chef Ben providing all of the meal. Love to have you come out talking Knight football with Coach Falk. Several of the coaches, normally about 75 to 100 of us out there, and we have a good time. 3rd down and 15. There's the pitch looking for a crease. Cuts back. What a move. And he's going to be short of the 1st down. He's going to be about 3 yards short, so it'll bring up 4th and 3 for the Knights. And let's see what Kyle Carmouche is going to call. We don't have a 2nd-string punt team, I wouldn't think.
No, we don't. But Riggs did a great job of getting 11 yards, but the 1st-string the punt team's coming out.
All right, they're going to just put the 1st-team punt. And we have
it's like number 8, one of the young ones out there, Landon Duga.
4 minutes and 40 seconds. Knights are 1 player short, it looks like.
Something you don't see often from the Knights, that's a delay of game.
On the Knights, and we play 4th down.
Delay of game called against the Knights.
Well, they didn't have enough personnel. 4th and 12. That was a big penalty. And that's going to be let it roll. What are you doing?
Dane got a little
excited. That could have went out on the 1-yard line. Instead, it'll be a place at the 6-yard line. All right, 3:50 and counting. This ought to be the last possession for the Tigers. So if the Tigers want to get on the board, they're going to have to do so rather quickly with a running clock here at Tiger Field. Knights will be at home for their home opener against Franklin High School. Join us out on the beautiful campus of Lafayette Christian Academy and support your Knights. Thanks again for Moore's Machine Shop sponsoring our Facebook Live feed. If you've enjoyed the game, enjoyed watching it, let us hear you. Say something in that comment line. Let us know how we're doing. 1st down. And the Knights kind of gang tackle the running back. He's brought down at about the 8-yard line. Gain of 4 It'll bring up second down for the Tigers. 2:50 in counting. Yeah, leave us a comment. The Facebook post will stay up online. You can go back and rewatch portions of the game at your convenience. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. We had, at one point, several hundred watching the game live. And we have running back trying to make something happen. Anthony Richard in on the tackle. Number 16, number 20. 16 is Peyton Jaunes.
Tackling for the Knights, number 10, Anthony Richard.
20 is Josh Membrano.
Membrano, number 20, he's in on the tackle. Gain of 3 yards brings up 3rd and 3 for the Tigers. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Hopefully these young men can pick up 2 yards and just run this clock all the way out. High snap, it's caught. Running back is, he fumbles the ball.
And the Knights
he's going to call it down, but is he calling it down? Yeah, he fumbled the ball, but nonetheless, it works out good for everybody. Yeah, he fumbled that ball. He didn't come up with it. The Knights came up with it.
He wasn't down.
No, but that's good. Good job by the ref just calling it down. We're inside of 1 minute and 20 seconds. We may have 2 more plays. They did pick up the first down with that fumble. And well, the Tigers will go on the road to Welch next week. Hopefully they get their quarterback back. And the Knights will be at home against Franklin High School. Runs into his own players, and he's brought down at the 28-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Tiger first down. And that clock is running. 40 seconds remaining in the game.
Anthony's cutting back so many times and ran into 2 of his own players.
30 seconds. This should be the final play of the night. So if the Knights are going to pitch a shutout for the second week in a row, they'll have to do it on this play because this will be the final play of the game. There's a quarterback. He keeps, runs into a pile of everybody. He's tackled, no gain. And we're inside of now 5 seconds, and that'll be the ball game. Coaches are lining up, players are lining up on the 50-yard line, and this game is coming to an end, and there's your final.
That's it.
Final score, your LCA Knights 56 and your Loreauville Tigers 0.
Great game by the Knights. The Knights, this definitely the starting team couldn't do much wrong tonight. Colin Lahaye coming out only once to punt. A couple of blocked extra points. I'm sure Coach Falk's going to work on that with his players.
Players are giving each other high fives. Coaches are giving each other high fives. And we won't have any stats for the final, but Logan Gabriel is going to be our Moore's Machine Shop game MVP tonight. Logan Gabriel takes the opening kickoff and returns it 60-something yards for the touchdown. And from that moment on, it was nothing but Knights. And I got to say, Josiah, I don't know if I've seen the Knights play with that much fervor and intensity all night long, every play, and just really taking it to the Tigers here in Loreauville.
Knights definitely played with some intensity. They were definitely ready to play this game tonight. It showed from the opening kickoff. And I tell you, the starting offense and starting defense did a great job tonight. And even the young ones, the JV, when they got in there, they put some points on the board and they secured the shutout as well. So great job by the Knights overall.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to pack up our equipment. Thank you, Knight Nation, for tuning in. Thanks again. Be sure to leave us a comment. Josiah and I will go back later tonight and rewatch some of this and look at your comments. We appreciate it. We will see you at Knight Field next Friday night at 7 p.m. where the Knights take on Franklin High, the Hornets of Franklin High at Knight Field. Well, from the beautiful field here in Loreauville High School, Loreauville Tigers, your final score, your LCA Knights 56 and your Loreauville Tigers 0. Good night, everybody. Here's our fight song as we sign off. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.